Wow. I got rewarded. The poker karma gods.
So Dan decides to put him in a spot, and this is example number 1 million of why he's so hard to play against. What a ridiculous river! Trick time running it once. Squeeze here from Crypto Drew. Trick time really wants to make something happen here. He's going to do it. That's a 4-bet, 9-7 suited.
77.
Crypto Drew makes the call. This player's quite deep. Diamond draw for Crypto Drew. Trick time, the gutter. A big bet from Trick time. 10,000. Crypto Drew just calls. 36,000 in there, and there's a queen. Things keep getting better for Crypto Drew. If he's familiar with Trick Time's game, he should feel pretty good about this situation, even though it's a 4-bet pot. And Trick time shoves with just a gutter. Drew cannot fold this. It is not an option. He's going to figure that out and call in just a second. Trick time with just 10% equity. Needs to hit just an 8 that isn't a diamond. Yeah, he's got a call. Top pair and a diamond draw. Trick time wants to run it once. $110,000 in there. Trick time wasting a little time.
Sorry, they're asking me how much you have.
Bringing it tonight. I'm being told this pot is actually bigger than 110K. As they're counting Crypto Drew's stack here.
It's not great. Queen 10 diamonds.
It is great, actually. So 128,000. Oh, and there's the 8. It's an offsuit 8. What a ridiculous river. Trick time running it once. Binks a 3-outer. Crypto Drew has him in terrible, terrible shape. And Trick time finds one of 3 outs. In a $128,000 pot. Welcome to the show, Trick time.
Holy moly. What's going on here?
Trick time does not fold, so 10,000 in the middle. Queens for Trick time and Dan.
3.
Elle thinks this flop isn't bad for pocket nines. He leads. And 2 opponents call.
Okay.
Turn is a brick, and L does not continue betting. And this will chop between Trick Time and Action Dan if it gets to showdown. Queen feels like the best hand here. So Trick Time's going to go with a value bet. Action Dan, deep in the tank here.
All in.
He jams. I wondered which of the three options he was considering. Huge jam here. Sort of a merge. I think he's trying to get Trick Time to consider folding a slightly better queen, and a queen jack or something like that. Doesn't think Trick Time is going to have a 4 very often. When he takes this line pre-flop and when he uses this sizing on the river. And he puts Trick Time in a brutal spot. Trick Time had a 4. He might play any number of streets here differently, but specifically that third pot on the river does not seem super strong from Trick Time. Feels like a thin value hand. Not something super strong. So Dan decides to put him in a spot, and this is really creative by Action Dan, and example number 1 million of why he's so hard to play against. Trick Time, not a big fan of folding, but this is truly a terrible spot. Action Dan now just completely free-rolling the situation. I would bet that Trick Time has not folded top pair many times in the past year or so. But Action Dan putting him to the test in a big way. And gets it through. What a play by Action Dan. Incredibly gutsy bluff. I think he thinks that Trick Time is just not going to call at much of any frequency there. Trick Time, suited Broadway. Action Dan, 3 bets. And L wakes up with Ace King and just calls. I think L is setting a trap here for Trick Time. And maybe also for Action Dan to do some crazy things post-flop.
8-4.
And L's plan working perfectly so far. Trick time, 4 bets to a size where, especially now that Action Dan's going to call, L can very comfortably stick the money in. And potentially take down $17,000 without showdown.
Okay.
In it goes. We'll see whether either Trick Time or Action Dan think their hands are strong enough. I could see Action Dan calling here. But L has set this up really well. $64,000 in the middle. King Queen suited is a really good hand, but I think you're going to be in great shape here pretty rarely. Trick time does call though. Now, pocket nines. We see that Dan has good equity, but pocket nines does not feel good in this spot. Sort of right in the middle. Something like jacks would be pretty easy to continue, I think, but nines might be a little bit too weak.
This is mine, right?
Trick time definitely has something. And L might also. 102,000 now in there. Action Dan is capable of some hero calls that most mortals never consider. Definitely at the far end of the bell curve in that regard.
That was fun though. We used to have that going for a year or so. Interesting time, to say the least.
Glad you figured out a happier life.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's it go. Never seen Action Dan look tilted like this.
You have a pair?
He hates answering those questions.
Huh?
He said that earlier.
Like rip it and see what we get lucky with at the end.
Push it.
No, one a year. When you're folding my hand.
What you on?
You got a pair? I like to see the river burn. That's not the shitty 1 year.
Dan knows he had the best hand now.
So I feel like I can catch some punts here. I can catch some punts. Yeah.
Huge pot.
I'm for sure behind, but still, I wanted to gamble.
Oh, and there's a 9.
This is so sick.
Top set for Dan.
I mean, this is gonna be a poster for like a week or two, for sure, dude. Just the top of the top. Like, it's just so annoying, you know? Oh, God.
L still ahead.
I can't give up 18,000 out there. Huh?
There's hearts for Trick Time.
Just like, why? Like, why do you have to do that? Why do you just can't help it, LA? You just like a sort of grand plan in the making.
You have 9-9?
You just come in and just all in.
Oh, and there's a heart. Trick Time with a flush.
Oh my god.
Oh, I got rewarded.
Wow.
I got rewarded.
And Dan would have lost a monster pot.
Amazing. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, dude. The karma gods. The poker karma gods.
Race from L.
It is down 2-2 again. I didn't even realize that.
3-5.
Action Dan. Squeezes here. There's zero chance his opponents will put him on something strong, but they don't have all that much either.
Talk to you again, L. Come on. You got me. 2 minutes. Go, man.
All 3-5.
All right, Matt, you're in there.
L makes the call.
What's that? 100?
1,000.
Oh, right. Before I lose it.
And Matt comes along as well. 3 very bad hands for a 3-bet pot.
3 players, once again.
And a king for Matt.
Three.
$3,000 from Action Dan. This is probably not going to work out well for him. Matt with the check mark now. Dan keeps firing. Matt again makes the call. And an ace on the river. 3 diamonds out there as well. Matt has a lot of flushes here. But Action Dan jams, and Matt in a tough spot now with just a king. And Action Dan just completely airballing it here. Absolutely nothing. And I think on a brick river card, Matt would have snapped this all in so fast.
Fuck. All right.
This is not a brick, though. Even given the dynamic here, this would be a tough call. About a pot-sized bet from Dan. And it's really gross, but Matt has to know that Dan is so out of line here. Also has the king of diamonds, which is not the first thing you should be thinking about, but which is nice.
I just don't know if you shove an ace here. Maybe you do because you know I have a king. I just don't think you have a flush. Do you shove an ace here?
If he did, that would be pretty sick.
I have no idea. Just give me 1 minute.
Matt in a horrible spot.
You have it, Danny? I call.
Good call from Matt.
You win.
Action Dan is gonna muck as Matt wins a $104,000 pot. The stand-up game gets Dan again. He's now blasted off something like $100,000 trying not to lose
Sorry, Dan.
this round of the stand-up game and the previous one. Nice call by Matt. You know that Action Dan can just be in outer space in that spot, but it's still a very tough call. And Action Dan doing all this blasting to avoid paying out $400 a person.